This quiet little neighborhood is nestled in the heart of downtown Broken Arrow. By day, the birds sing, squirrels play, and all is tranquil. But as the sun sets, this docile block comes alive with the sounds of local rockers hoping to make it big. Former punk rocker Rudy remembers what it was like starting out and has opened his home to those who think they're ready to perform.
Well, I cleared a space. I know all these people. I guess let's make this happen. And I had a bunch of other bands come and play, and then I've been doing that solid for almost 3 years now. Whenever a local band starts thinking that they're starting to be good enough to start playing in front of a crowd, they contact me or people in other bands who have performed here before. We have regular locals, and they try to jump on shows or try to get shows going on their own, and essentially it's a nice dress rehearsal.
For local bands, Rudy's is the only house available.
We really just have Rudy's and just the regular venues in Tulsa.
As one of the former owners of the Reverb in downtown Tulsa, Rudy learned very quickly how to book and promote acts.
Because again, I'm a big music guy, and so I wanted to be involved in some way. And so I started booking my own shows. That's how through all the bands that came and hang out, I'd call them and I'd be like, hey, can you do this show for me?
Once the revitalization of downtown Tulsa began, rent prices went up and many businesses, including the Reverb, went out. But the show must go on and a venue was required. Rudy, the ever popular businessman, went to work for a local comedy club. One night, he received a very interesting call from a roommate.
He called me and said, hey, is it okay if we have a few people over to do like a little kind of like live acoustic show thing? It's my friend's birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool, sure. I wasn't there, so I didn't care. I came home, there's about 50 people hanging out, and the cake had been thrown around everywhere. I was like, oh, this is fun.
And so began the home show advantage.
That's the main thing. Is another real reason I have had so much luck with this is because it was just, this is like the perfect location.
I thought I would have to get a ride over here, but it was only just like a 10-minute walk, so I figured I'd come over here and check and see how it was. And I had a really good time. It was nice being able to see friends and faces that I haven't seen in a long time.
Not only is Rudy's convenient, the price is right.
One of the cool things is the cost is usually a lot lower. House show, you pay about $5 to $10 versus a big either arena show or just a bigger venue in general where you probably pay anywhere $10 upwards to $20, $25.
They're there trying to get their name out there. They're trying to get exposed, so they just want to play shows. So when it comes to house shows, we always do a straight $5 fee. It never goes over $5, and that's just how our company works because there's no reason to charge more than that for a local show. We also have a rule called no person left behind, which means if for some circumstance you can't afford to go to the show, even if it's $5, no person is left outside. They always get in.
Perfect location, great price, and more intimate than you might expect.
I've played plenty of house shows, and you'll have people that'll come up and hug on you and just get right up in your face and share the mic with you. And to me, it adds a whole lot more fun to the show because it breaks that fourth wall that you have at the bigger venues because you can't get past the barricades or the barriers, or like I said before, you have security trying to throw you off. And so at house shows, you break that fourth wall, you get up close, have fun with the bands, and it just adds so much more to the show.
It's when you're at a venue, you're on a stage, usually a raised platform basically, and it's harder for the bands to connect with their fans because they're on that raised platform. They've got lights shining in their face. And just from me, whenever I run sound at the Eclipse or something like that, I can tell when I'm on that stage changing microphones or anything, I can't see out into the crowd. I mean, I can see like right into those first 3 rows, but other than that, I really can't see out there. And I think with house shows, it's more of a family feel. You know, you're in a tight, closed space with all your fans. You can see everybody, you can connect with everybody, and you can just really, for me, I get into house shows better than I get into shows at venues just because of that factor.
This closeness may contribute to the violent nature of the fun these concert goers experience, called moshing.
What is a mosh pit? What is moshing? That's really hard to describe. There's different forms, but essentially what it is a bunch of people getting out all their aggression, and usually in a counterclockwise motion. People dance when they throw their arms around, they bash into each other, they pogo. Pogo is when you jump up and down.
Maybe it isn't the closeness at all. It may just be the sound.
Moshing is just like piercings and tattoos. Like, it's a way of expressing ourselves. We love our music, and we've found a way to express ourselves that's somewhat socially acceptable.
Self-expression, rising stars, cheap entertainment. Rudy's has it all.